Hello and welcome to Glorious Miniatures. My name is Jolyon and welcome to another Sunday preview. Obviously this is a bit late. Yesterday was my birthday, so I was a bit busy, relaxing. So let's just get straight into it. Four Harbingers herald a new season of Warhammer Age of Sigmar and a fresh flavour for Blood Bowl. Change is nigh in the mortal realms as Dawnbringer crusades ride out to take back what Sigmar lost during the Age of Chaos. So this is the book 1, Dawnbringers. This amazing artwork on the front. Absolutely stunning. We've got that new miniature base, which is basically represented by this. Harbingers is the first chapter of the new Dawnbringer series, the prologue of an epic tale that tells of the twin-tailed crusade as it marches out from Hammerhull. Beyond the walls of this great city, champions touched by destiny rally forces to bring down the intruders or aid Sigmar's expedition. Book 1 commences the narrative with sections detailing the genesis of the twin-tailed crusade and the four Harbingers who herald just some of the challenges it will face. It contains a new Path to Glory battle pack centered around recruiting Harbingers and establishing communication outposts, as well as rules for the four new Harbinger heroes and each of the regiments of renown that fight alongside them. So this is a limited edition book right there. Celebrate the two-tailed crusade with a limited edition that features a soft touch cover, gold foil blocking for the text, and gilt page edges. Each limited edition is numbered internally and they are limited to just 500 copies. So you'll want to act fast if you want to get yours. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah. Well, it's this beautiful illustration. As I've said before, I will not be getting this. However, if you want this limited edition, you best be spamming that F5 button to try and defeat all of the bots, etc. buying. But good luck. That's coming up this Saturday. Well, General's Handbook, Pitch Battles 2023-24. Match Play in Warhammer Age of Sigmar is getting an update with the latest installment of General's Handbook. This book, which is designed to last for a full year of match play, contains a new battle pack focusing on the primal magic infusing the wild tundras of Antdor. Those with a suitable grasp of magic can take advantage of this wellspring of power, but they must be aware wizard hunters wielding powerful nullstone enhancements. The battle pack is filled with thematic new rules, including bespoke core battalions, grand strategies, battle tactics, and 12 new battle plans. All right, let's have a look at these Dawnbringers, shall we? Up front, we've got Fury's Flamebearers. Yes, we have some angry dwarves with lots of hair. They're a cohort of fire slayers led by the eponymous Fury, a Grimhold exile who fights for the honor of his lost kin. These mighty individuals are as inspiring as they are tragic, survivors from fallen magma holds. He is accompanied by 10 Volkite Berserkers, as well as 5 Auric Hearthguard and 5 Hearthguard Berserkers, who he built as 10 of either if you don't want to run the regiment of renown in your order armies. So if this is your jam, is this, as I'm not really familiar with this at all, is this kind of a similar force to Warhammer 40k's boarding parties? That is my question to folks watching this video. It kind of looks like it is, but, you know, I don't know. What's next? We got Gloomspite Gits, Braggots, Bottle Snatchers. Right here. Grots may be weak on their own, but together they form a mighty horde who will stop at nothing to fulfill their deranged desires. The rabble-rouser Braggot summons squigs and grots alike to his cause with the help of his booming voice and enchanted squig skull. He leads a collective of crazed greenskins called Gobberpalooza, a squig herd of 10 famished cave squigs and 2 unfortunate squig herders who prod them into battle, plus 10 squig hoppers who can be built as Boingrot bounders if you don't want to run the regiments of renown in your destruction armies. Yes, so I do actually have some of these already knocking around somewhere. I suppose this is pretty good if that is, you want to bolster your Gloomspite Gits army already, or maybe even start your own. It'll potentially be a good thing. I don't know if these are going to be limited run box sets, like a first come, first serve basis, like the boarding patrols were. So, you know, just prepare yourselves. We can scroll down a bit more to the Flesh Eater Courts, Gerion's Delegation. right here. Yeah, these ones never have appealed to me. Sort of, I don't know, zombie vampire things, not really my jam. The Marrow Scroll Herald Geryon acts as an envoy for the vampiric powers that rule the flesh-eater courts. A horrifying carrion creature of wizened flesh and bloodied bone who appears as a noble envoy to those intoxicated by his cannibal madness. He leads 20 frenzied crypt ghouls plus 3 crypt flayers and 3 crypt horrors, which can be built as 6 of either if you don't want to run the regiments of renown in your death armies. Aha! Aha! Now I already own 1 box of start collecting Nurgle things. I think it's actually demons is what I have already. So potentially I could get this. As I've said before, Age of Sigmar isn't really kind of my jam. However, the Maggotkin are fun to paint. Specifically, this is our first chance to get the new, I've completely forgotten what this thing is called on the horseback. It'll say when I start reading it. But that is the new miniature, and I can't wait to get, because I'm definitely going to get that miniature on its own. If I don't get this box set, I'm absolutely getting this miniature on its own because it's amazing. But let's read what they have to say. Unlike the rest of Nurgle's devotees, Harbingers of Decay have no sense of humour whatsoever and share their mirthless misery with foes and followers alike. Unfortunately for their foes, the grim demeanour of these sickening soothsayers is only matched by their rotting efficacy in battle. Bluegoth reads 5 putrid Blight Kings and 2 Puscoil Blight Lords, one of which can be built as a Lord of Afflictions if you don't want to run a regiment of renown in your Chaos armies. So yes, this is, out of all of these 4 so far, this is the only one I've really tempted by, and that's only because they've kind of locked this new miniature away behind them. But yeah, who's going to be interested in getting that one? I see some Blood Bowl down here as well. We've got Gutter Bowl, the game of street-level fantasy football mayhem. Leave the glitz of the stadium and take your game to the streets and sewers of the old world in Gutter Bowl. The anarchic game of amateur Blood Bowl action is not the realm of professional sportsmen and Cablevision glamour. It's played in the gutters where players smash through market halls, stalls, balls bounce off sewage pipes, and aspiring legends vie for the attention of the leagues. Rules? What rules? Gutter Bowl is compatible with Blood Bowl team you have handy, making it a great way to get extra mileage out of your old stalwarts or start a brand new squad. The expansion contains the Gutter Bowl rulebook, a double-sided game board with streets on one side and sewers on the other, and 2 matching dugouts. Currently, the only Blood Bowl team I own are Halflings. I may very well get another one in the future, but it's always been a fun game. It's also been, as I understand, it's also been a quick game as well. So this is, adding more rules and stuff to like new styles of play is always a good thing to sort of freshen I don't want to say an old game up, but freshen a game up a little bit. Hey, Old World Alliance Blood Bowl team, the Middenheim Maulers. Combine the best of the human, dwarf, and halfling worlds in the Old World Alliance Blood Bowl team. This pack of 15 multi-option plastic players build a diverse and capable team with hardy blockers, dependable throwers, and whatever the halflings are good at, giving coaches a flexible new approach to team building that can cover many of its own weaknesses. As you can see, you got some humans, you got some dwarves, you've got a couple of halflings. I really enjoyed the halflings painting. They were a lot of fun, and that's all I got to say about that. They were a lot of fun to paint, so I will not be getting this, but maybe you will be. I see an Old World Alliance team card pack. Keep track of your players with this pack of team cards containing 44 reference cards, specifically the Old World Alliance team, alongside rules reminders and positional cards to fill in for your own players. This deck also includes 16 unique special play cards designed specifically for the Old World Alliance. Good stuff. More things to keep track of. Hopefully all keeping everything together, though. That's a good thing. Scrolling down to the Underworld Creepers, Goblins and Skaven. What a combination right there. Sneak your way up the pitch and engage in some downright dirty trickery with the Underworld Denizens Blood Bowl team, combining the best of Goblin and Skaven teams into one all-star package. This pack of 12 downright dastardly plastic miniatures contains some of the stealthiest players ever seen on the gridiron, such as a lightning-quick gutter runner, perfect for scoring a hidden touchdown while your Goblin linemen keep your opponent busy. I suppose out of these 2 box sets, this would be the one which is slightly more appealing to me, because I've neither painted the Goblin or the Skaven teams. I've only painted the Halflings, so this would get get a little bit of both in. They also have their card pack right here, which is good stuff. And then what do we have here? We got, Space Marine, the board game. Target exclusive. Lieutenant Titus returns later this year to shred Tyranids in Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. By the way, are you going to be playing that? He's getting his very own miniature versus, which will be first available in Space Marine, the board game, which will be exclusively available from the Target web store from the 1st of July. Terrible. For me. The box contains Lieutenant Titus, 20 termagants, 2 Ripper Swarms, and everything you need to play the game, including a 40-page story and game's rule handbook, a double-sided game board, dice, a ruler, and a sheet of tokens. Okay, so you get basically the new termagants, right? They wouldn't sell old termagants. Ripper Swarms, you get Titus. What's he got? A chainsword and a bolt pistol. And just the might of the Ultramarines behind him. That's all you need. That's all he needs. It's going to be a great game. Only available in Target. That's an interesting one. This particular game, the miniature itself of him, by the sound of it, it sounds like he'll be available later on, like everywhere. But this particular game is just for Target. We'll have to see about that one. We've got Children of Teclis. Teclis defeated Nagash in a magical duel that will go down in history, and the great necromancer's tomb is now guarded by his children, Lumineth Realm Lords. Gods are never truly dead, however, and Lawseeker Ellerin, the Illuminated, is searching for knowledge to prevent Nagash's eventual resurrection. Meanwhile, the Adoneth Dipkin, Teclis' abandoned offspring, seek to use the same power to restore their withered souls, no matter the cost. Evan Dickens' Children of Teclis has these close cousins battle each other at great costs and is available to pre-order next week in hardback, ebook, and audiobook format. Okay, Grombrindle, Chronicles of the Wanderer. Tales of an aged traveler who fights, crafts, and shares stories echo across the stone halls, scorching magma holes and bustling skyborn cities of Duarden. This anthology by David Gomer collects 7 tales of the legendary Grombrindle in one place. It's available to pre-order next week in paperback format. Okay, let's scroll to the top. Let's have a quick think about what is coming out. The 4 Dawnbringer sort of boxes. I think the Plague one, this particular one is going to be of the most interest to me. I suspect at the end of the day, though, I'm just going to hold fire and just wait for this miniature to appear separately. Hopefully it's not going to be too long because it looks really fun to paint. Not so interested in painting up some Blood Bowl or anything like that. So hopefully this will be another week of not spending any money, which is great. Also, if you've made it this far, folks, you may have noticed that I've kind of cut back on videos a little bit. Last couple of weeks, I've barely had any internet. It keeps dropping on me, and it's getting incredibly frustrating when it comes to sort of trying to do videos like this, which require the internet, and then uploading these videos to the internet. It's almost impossible when the internet drops out every 8 hours or whatever. So, do apologize. I am trying to get stuff done in the background so that when I do move, the process of moving is sort of the ball has started rolling, the lawyers are talking to each other, surveys are being done and all that kind of stuff. I'm expecting, with my fingers crossed, that we'll be moving at the end of August, beginning of September. I will be then needing to get the studio kind of area built, or at least prepared. A lot of work needs to go into that, so it's going to be a while. However, in the meantime, I will be able to get my 3D printing store up and running, hopefully quite quickly once we've moved in, even if it's in a temporary place for the moment. I've got some exciting news on that front, but I'll go into that in another video. That's all I got to say. Are you going to be getting any of these Dawnbringer boxes or the Blood Bowl stuff? Let me know. While you're writing in the comments below, make sure that you've liked and subscribed. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Goodbye.